Hey, welcome to day 16 of the Get Up and Go Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we are past the midway point. And I was just looking at what we did yesterday and what we've been doing and thinking about, we've covered a lot of ground. We've actually covered a ton of ground, and it's pretty exciting. Yesterday we talked about 5 saboteurs, 5 things that can hook us and trip us up, and what to do about them, what action to take to counteract those automatic tendencies of us as human beings to be undermined or to undermine our own efforts. Today we're going to talk about a couple of different topics. I want to remind you that we're doing one thing every day to move us toward our goal, right? And that's in addition to, it's not really in addition to, but we wanted and we adopted that habit a couple of days ago. Every single day, even if it's a teeny thing, we want to be tweaking and moving toward what it is that we want. So we identified the biggest area of our life that's a challenge right now, and every day we're moving toward solving that problem, looking for possibilities, overcoming that challenge, and we're testing or we're tweaking things. And in the next day or so, as we get to something that works, we're going to talk about how do we automate that, how do we make that a habit. If it's a personal thing that we can do, we want to make that a habit. It's like having a morning routine or an exercise program or an eating regimen that you follow, or a certain thing that you listen to or do or watch or experience every single day. We want to create habits and routines out of certain things that we know we want to do every day. And one of the habits that I encourage everybody to form is to do at least one thing every single day that moves you toward what you want. It's so much easier if we do one thing a day than if we don't do anything for weeks or months or years, and we decide we want something and then we have to bust our rears like crazy for years, because sometimes things take years to achieve, right? When if we had just broken it down and done one single thing every day, the things that we want start to become automatic, right? If we want good health, we want to create and have a couple of different habits that will actually literally guarantee that we have good health. If I want to feel better, I need to make sure that I follow my health habits every single day. We want to make sure that each of our areas of our life, we create little habits and little systems and little routines that work for us, and they're going to be a little bit different for each and every one of us, because guess what? We all want some things the same, but we're all unique and special individuals, and what we individually want is different than what the collective might want. So we want to set up areas in our relationships that make sure we're creating the relationships that we want with key people and key individuals. We want to set up habits and systems and routines, and I think Tony Robbins calls them rituals. I don't know if they're rituals or not. I call them habits. Let's go with the simplest term. But we get to define what things mean to us. So we want to start establishing those for ourselves. And I say that the core one that will get you the furthest and is the easiest one to do is just decide, commit to yourself, every day I'm going to do one thing to move me toward what it is that I want. And it can be different times in my life. It's been when I had to focus on my health. Hey, I need to spend the majority of my time focusing on my health. So most of my issues and challenges, or my one thing a day, had to do with my health. Other times it's been my relationships. Hey, I need to improve my relationship with my granddaughter, so I would do one thing every day to improve my relationship with her. Other times it's with my businesses or my finance or my personal development or my mental health or my wellness, my emotional or mental health. Because we all go through cycles with every area of our life that we need to and want to pay more attention to. And that is, just the tip of the iceberg, right? But, the expression, and everybody uses this same one: how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you accomplish anything? One bite at a time, one step at a time, one move at a time, one action at a time, one decision, one choice, one commitment at a time, right? So I'm just checking in with your habit to make sure that you are doing one thing a day to move you toward what you want. And it can be a tiny thing. It can be read 5 pages of a book. Maybe you found a book that's a really good resource that's teaching you something about your business, and by reading 5 pages of that book every day, or watching one YouTube video about whatever topic, whatever it is for you, you pick and decide how big or how small your one thing a day is. And guess what? Some days our one thing will be super duper teeny tiny and will hardly feel like anything at all, but all those little things add up and they give us momentum. And pretty soon you will find that you're doing huge things in a day that you never thought you could even accomplish in weeks or months or years. And so that's why we want to definitely develop the ritual and the habit of doing one thing every day to move us toward our goal. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about what we're super good at, what we love to do, and what we're experts at. My Supersize Your Business video today was about playing the field, and it got me to thinking about normally they apply playing the field, it was from horse racing, but they apply it to dating, playing the field with respect to dating and not being serious about anybody. Well, I apply it to all the areas of my life where I want to experience different things and test different things. I play the field and I experiment or test in every area, in every aspect of my life. I figure out and test. I always like to use myself as a guinea pig and figure out what works for me. Because guess what? You are your own greatest science experiment, and nobody else is going to test or figure things out for you. We each and every one of us have to figure everything out for ourselves. Can we get help? Can we get coaching? Can we model? Can we learn? Can we read? Can we study? Can we grow and shortcut that process? Absolutely. But each and every one of us individually have to choose to go on that adventure of reading or studying or growing or watching or modeling. We have to each do that ourselves. No one can actually do that for us. It's like motivation. Motivation comes from within. Guess what? Everything comes from within. I know, big secret. Everything comes from within, and it's always up to us to decide what we are and are not going to do, what is and isn't for us. So I want to talk a little bit about what are you an expert at? What do you love to do? What do you adore to do? What can you do in your sleep? What are you great at? What do people come to you for advice for? And that's going to be our action item today. I want you just briefly in the comments below to share, what are you an expert at? What are you so good at that people come to you or people pay you to do? But even if they didn't pay you, you love it so much that you would do it anyway. And that way about coaching and consulting and helping people with their businesses and actually with their lives and how to get what they want in their lives. I mean, I would do that whether I made any money at it or not. I will do that till the day I die, whether I make any money at it or not, because it's important for me to leave people better off than I met them, to positively make a difference in the world in whatever way, shape, or form that I can. So what do you love to do? What are you an expert at? And that's what we're going to share as our action item today. And I still want to talk about a couple of other things with respect to this, because we're leading into kind of the next area, the next business area that I want to kind of take us throughout this challenge, because I think it'll be really important whether we're an employee, whether we're out of work right now or in work, whether we're a business owner or we want to start a business or we've had a business and we're afraid our business is going to not be in existence in the next month, or whether our business is just smoking hot right now because we're ramping up and or maybe our business is transforming and transitioning and doing all kinds of things right now to create products and services we've never created before, because the world and our customers are looking for different problems to be solved. And that's the next question, I guess, is what can you do for other people based on your unique skill set, your unique knowledge and information and experience, primarily our experience, right? We can study till we're blue in the face and not be any wiser than one experience that we have, right? Our experiences are what really have the ability to teach us everything. So now is the time to say, what am I good at? What can I do? What can I contribute to the world? And we all have a lot of things. I used to feel bad and think I wished that I could sing. God knows I can't sing. Even my granddaughter, my kids used to always hush me as soon as they were big enough to like indicate to me that I should not sing. And I thought maybe it was just them, but then my granddaughter does the same thing. She's like, Grandma, you have a terrible singing voice. I mean, as soon as she could communicate that and talk, she was shushing me and telling me not to sing. Now, of course, she believes she's an awesome singer, but I think she might have inherited her singing ability from me and her father. So we want to look at what we're good at, but I used to always wish that because I wanted to have a talent or a skill that was out there and it was just in my face, so I didn't ever question, what am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose in life? So many of us, and I actually tried to figure out my purpose for years. I read books, I listened to programs, I went to courses to try to identify what's my purpose. And the truth is, it wasn't until after I had my sudden cardiac arrest, where I realized that my purpose is the same as everybody else's purpose on the planet. Now, it's the same as everybody else's purpose on the planet, but it's different and unique for each and every one of us. And that is to experience this life experience as only I uniquely can. And your purpose is to experience this life experience as only you uniquely can. And then to continue to evolve and grow and progress and do with it what each and every one of us are to do with it. And that's different for every one of us, right? What I'll do with my life experience is very different than what you or anyone else will do with theirs. Some people will be billionaires with their life experiences. Other people will be living on the street, but they'll still be experiencing this life as they uniquely can. That's a really broad example, but I think you understand what I mean. If you don't, ask in the comments below. So I spent a long time trying to figure out well, what is my purpose? And you know what? My stress level, when I realized that I just am here to continually improve and grow and personally develop and to contribute to the world as best I can on any given day, my stress and pressure as to having to figure out my purpose went away, and I continually work on it, and I grow and evolve, and it reveals itself to me each step forward that I take. And that's how our life is. We don't make any progress until we actually take a step or move or ask a question in the direction that we want to go. So what problems and what new things could you possibly solve for people? What problems can you solve for people? I used to think I didn't have very many problems I could solve for people, and then I started making a list, and there's actually so many things I can help people with. It's kind of mind-boggling, and I guarantee you will be the same way. Make a list today of all the different problems you've ever solved for yourself as a kid. I mean, every one of us has learned to walk, right? Every one of us has learned to talk. Every one of us has learned to read, for the most part. Every one of us has learned to communicate. Some of us aren't so good listeners, but we're getting better at it. But we've learned and accomplished so many things. Start to make a list of those things and realize how much you have to offer the world. And all of a sudden, something on that list is going to trigger, and you're going to be like, bang, that's it. That's the thing that I want to do to help people right now. And don't ask yourself, what do I want to do to help people in the future? Ask yourself, what do I want to do, and what could I do and can I do to help other people right now? And then guess what? Start doing it. Just start helping people in small ways, any way you can right now. I didn't say charge people to help them. Just start helping them for free right now. If you've never helped people before or charged people for something that you want to do, don't wait to share your information and your knowledge and your wisdom and give value until you can charge people because you feel good enough. Just start helping people and watch how it snowballs into what it is that you want it to become. Maybe you want to become a coach or consultant. Well, just start helping people and businesses for free. There are plenty of people that are freaking out right now or overwhelmed because their business is changing so fast that you could help out. There are plenty of human beings in any area and aspect of life right now that have problems and don't know how to deal with them and how you can help solve them. I personally am visually challenged and had to figure out yesterday how to do my own nails because the coating that I put on my nails to keep them strong had chipped off on a couple of the nails and was breaking out. Now my daughter did them for me last time, and she figured out that she has allergic reaction to the powder and the chemicals you use on your nails these days. But there's nobody here with me, so after my 4-year-old granddaughter went home yesterday, which, you know, she can't do my nails, I broke out the dog groomer, ground down my nails, and then used my magnifying glasses and did the best I can. And then my solution was to throw glitter on them because that will cover up all ills. Now the cool thing is I can't see well enough to know how bad my nails are, and I'm going to kind of hide them on video for the next couple of weeks or until my daughter comes home again and can help me with them. But we figure stuff out. We have to figure things out. But that is a real new problem for me that I never had before. So even I have new problems and new challenges that I would love people's help with. And so just get creative and think about what are some things that I could help people solve right now. And it's always right now, right? And right now will lead to how you can help them in the future. What solutions have you offered to people? What solutions could you offer to people? So today, I just want us to be solution focused. I want to remind us that if we are focusing on the problem, how does that make you feel? It usually makes you feel bad and negative. And if you're focusing on what's wrong, what doesn't work, what's making you feel like a victim, you're just creating more of that. But if we can flip the switch to focusing on, all right, yep, this is what is, but what am I going to do about it? What could I do about it? What else is possible? What could I possibly do? Or is there somebody else that's already solved this problem that I can learn from? And then start going out and looking for who's had this problem before. Hey, we have the internet at our fingertips. Any problem we've ever had. Here, I'll give you a fun one. This was in my old house, and for some reason, one of the toilets, the main toilet in the upstairs right off the kitchen, got stopped up, got clogged. And I didn't know how to fix it. I tried plunging it. I had 3 different plungers I tried on it. I tried everything I could. And everybody was gone for the weekend, so it was me on my own, kind of like now, right? Figuring it out. And I had to unstop this toilet. And I tried everything that I could think of. I didn't have any Drano, couldn't drive to the store because of my vision and things like that. And so I had to figure out how to unstop this toilet. I didn't know how to do it. So what did I do? I went on YouTube and I asked YouTube, because YouTube is a huge search engine, how do I unplug a toilet? And I looked at a video, and actually it was the first video. It says, you know, pour hot water in it and then let it sit for 15 minutes and then try plunging it. Lo and behold, you know, they did a demo. I did that and it worked fine. So here was a problem I had that I didn't know how to solve, but I figured, what if I got to lose? I mean, there's 2 other bathrooms in the house, so I could have gone to one of them, but I wanted to fix this one. Kind of gets to be the principle and the challenge of the thing. So I just searched for an answer and found it. And we all have that ability right now to look for so many answers. There are so many answers out there, but we have to be willing to ask the question. So that's my rambling for today, day 16. I hope you're excited to be getting up and going and moving forward in your life and progressing. Today, again, our action item is just to share what you're an expert at. You know, you can share a long list if you want, or you can just share one thing. What is one thing that you're great at and it just makes your heart sing? I have this weird skill and ability to find lost stuff. Now, it's not a really unique and special ability or skill, except when somebody's got something that's lost and they need to find it immediately, right? Then it's a really cool skill and ability. So that's something that I am an expert at. I'm an expert at not only finding my own stuff, but helping other people find their lost things or things that they want to find. So that's a weird one, right? I'll share that one. But share in the comments below what you're an expert at. And that's it. Tomorrow we will be here with another exciting day, and actually have it already planned out. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's a secret. You have to come and you have to join us, and you have to get up and go and turn on your computer or your phone and find out all about day 17 of our Get Up and Go challenge. Get up and go. Have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below. Always just ask. Take care.